Hello everybody, today we'll be looking into Hyperlapse, Autel Evo2Pro, Lite Plus, and Mavic3. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's the 808 State from the Big Island of Hawaii. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell if you guys want to be notified about more videos of mine. Hyperlapses. I am a huge fan of time lapses. As most of you guys know, I do a lot of time lapse videos. Time lapse at night, time lapse at day, time lapse early in the morning. And with the era of drones, hyperlapse was introduced. Hyperlapse is the same thing as a time lapse. It takes a picture every so often and you can determine how long of a sequential clip that you actually want. So I compared the three most leading drones at this point that are on the market, which is the Mavic3, the Autel Evo2Pro, and the Lite Plus. All three drones have the option or function of the hyperlapse. Now the strength in each one of these is based on weight, size, programming, firmware, whatever it is. But I've noticed that there is a tremendous weak spot in the Lite Plus. While trying to do certain footage at first in merely 0 miles per hour wind, because there was literally no wind, the Mavic 3 is super stable, while the Autel Evo2Pro looked like it was stationary, and the Lite Plus still had that whole bobbing thing going on. So that was during the stationary part. So I took it to multiple locations. I had it at home at first, I took it to another location, I took it to a third location, just to make sure that we have several locations with different type of wind speeds and different type of winds coming towards us, coming from the side, coming from behind, whatever it is. During all those times in the hyperlapse, the Lite Plus always showed some wearing off. While moving straight forward in a line, the Lite Plus was still doing this whole bobbing thing left and right, veered off to the side while the wind was coming from behind, while the Autel Evo2Pro on the other hand, during a straight line shot, during a stationary shot, and even during an orbital hyperlapse, it was the most stable one. While the Mavic 3 is very strong in winds as well during stationary time, I had issues with the Mavic 3 during travel time when it was moving forward. I'm not quite sure if any of these hyperlapses or the stability issues have to do with firmware. But as we recall from prior, when the Autel Evo2Pro first came out, it had stationary issues and it had problems drifting off on its own already. And I believe that is the problem with the Lite Plus at this point. I believe it's a firmware issue that can be fixed. Because during regular footage, the Lite Plus, in heavy winds, it stabilizes the footage just fine. It's just there's a problem with the programming at first to get the gimbal to focus on a certain part. So I'm not quite sure how the programming works, if it has reference points that goes by, or if it is a luminance issue where light has a factor into it. I have no idea how the reference points work in these things, but Autel Evo Lite Plus definitely needs to work on that, because as of this point, for the Lite Plus, as the time of this video, that hyperlapse mode is totally useless. While the strength of this drone is pretty much in auto lighting, in auto exposure, auto aperture, it produces a tremendous great amount of video capturing during the time of flying. But even though there is sometimes certain parts where she wiggles, she bobs when you move forward and stuff, so there's still some issues. So I believe that can be fixed with a firmware update. So let's hope Autel does that. While the Autel Evo2Pro on the other hand, that thing is solid as hell. She is like a brick in the air. Once you figure out how to fly her, she's super good in filming itself, stability wise in the wind, and hyperlapse wise, she takes the crown of all three of these guys. While the Mavic 3 is a super solid flying drone as well. She's very stable. She has high wind resistance in general. Stability wise, like stabilization wise, even in video footage and stuff, you wouldn't even be able to tell that there were winds of up to 45 miles per hour right up there. And I took these guys during my testings in similar conditions, in almost nearly the same shot that I could line up with these two guys at some point, and you still could see that there was a bobbing issue that the Autel Evo Lite Plus suffers from. So I'm not quite sure what it is, but I sure hope that Autel is going to be able to fix that. That is it so far. So out of all three of these guys, the Autel Evo2Pro takes the crown in hyperlapse mode, and that is definitely the hyperlapse battle that most people wanted to see, most people was looking forward to see, and in general, I was looking forward to, because like I said, I'm a huge fan of time lapses. That is it pretty much for the hyperlapse battle, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you guys do, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell for more videos, and most of all, don't forget, be a nice human, make somebody else smile today, and pay it forward. Love you all. Aloha. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Here we go. It's hyperlapse time. So I took, no, relax. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm all by myself. I have the feeling I forgot something. I don't want to do this whole script thing. I don't like scripting. And I don't have a teleprompter either. Should I take notes? Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's the 808 State from the Big Island of Hawaii. Today I'm going to take you guys out for a hyperlapse battle between the Autel Evo Lite Plus, the Autel Evo2Pro, and the Mavic3. If this is the rub, I should have started with that. Why am I so nervous? My heart is pounding right now. It's like, it's gotta be going like 100 miles an hour. Relax.